welcome to the Cinnamon Saint. I'm Melissa Bell,
And I'm Allison Kane.
and today we are tackling the chaos of coronavirus.
Ay, Corona!
You know, I keep thinking of that song, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99, and take one down, pass it around, but don't pass it around.
No,
Stay
definitely not. We're coming to you today from the closet, recording in the closet, literally, but with social distancing.
That's right, social distancing.
It's a big closet.
I think this coronavirus has actually caused more chaos than Corona has on the beaches of Florida for spring break.
That's hysterical.
And it's only just begun.
Oh my gosh. It is, it's a bit overwhelming, and we've had a lot of messages from people asking that we talk about it. And so we're kind of interrupting what we normally had planned for this week to talk about Corona and the stress and fears that are overwhelming our hearts and minds right now.
Can I just say this? I'm going to say that while it is a very sucky situation, like this is the time for it to happen because we can work from home.
Yes.
We have internet. We can
We have-
video chat.
Online learning for our kids, if they ever get it up and running in my county.
Homeschool girl, I swear it's that.
I know, right? I think that is one of the things that has made me feel the best in this whole situation. Shout out to my sweet husband. We were sitting having our coffee and tea yesterday morning, and he looked at me and he said, "What is it that you are the most concerned or anxious about right now?"
Mm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, thank you so much for asking.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just a really sweet question, and I think that's something that we should all be asking our spouses, and then our children. We ask them at dinner. And my thing, because I'm a type A kind of control freak, is that I don't really have a schedule for my children. Everything's kind of up in the air. We don't have online learning up yet from the school system. Our daughter's a junior in high school, which is your most critical year before you go to college. She's freaking out about all these other things, and ACT tests have been posted. I mean, there's just all these layers to the onion. And so that's been my biggest thing.
So for me, you know what I miss the most? This is going to sound so shallow, but I miss the gym.
Oh,
Because it was a place where William could go and have fun with friends, and I could work and get my stress out. And that's where probably a lot of my anxiety comes out is in the gym, kickboxing and cycling.
absolutely.
And Lord knows right now it's like a shower of pollen, so I can go out there, but then I come in feeling real rough.
I know it. It is unfortunate that it's during pollen season. Pollen and Corona. What a double whammy.
I'll have a Corona with a shot of pollen.
That's right.
So I think for us, let's talk about the benefits. Like, what can we do in this time? Like, what can you do to embrace where we're at?
No, there's a lot of family time. My husband and I were cracking up last night because we had, of course, cooked all of our meals at home. We had dug a ditch around the yard for this bamboo barrier we're putting in. I had knitted a complete Afghan square. We had played family Monopoly. We had watched a movie. And then we looked at each other, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. That was it. And we were like, okay, well, we've done everything there is to do. What is left for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day?
Girl, naps. That's what I'm talking about.
No, naps and knitting. Oh my gosh. I think I was really surprised with how great church online was. I was a little worried about how that would feel, and I feel like our church did a really good job with that. We could chat along the side. I've never done that much talking during church. It felt a little naughty. I was like, when's my mom gonna turn around and like give me the evil stare and pinch me, you know? But I really did feel like just chatting and listening to the message and knowing other people were sitting around with their neighbors judging their singing of their praise and worship. I was on my back porch watching. I don't know, I still felt like we were the church, and that's what we are, you know. I think we get so stuck in those buildings we forget we can be that church wherever we are on our own.
I love that you said that because I've been thinking about, what can we do to help people? And yesterday, we live in a neighborhood, it's a lot of elderly people. And so yesterday, I just went to the neighbors that I know are pretty old, and may not want to go to the store anymore, and just made sure they had my phone number and said, we will drop groceries off to you, because I can't be there for my dad who is states away. I can't be there for my sister who's states away, but I can be there for my neighbor.
That's great. I know, and I have older parents. My dad's 91, and he's certainly at high risk, and they're 2 hours away, and I am grateful for those people that are surrounding them, their neighbors, when I can't be there. And of course, my brother is there, but I'm thankful for all those people who are taking care of my parents when I can't be around. So, as family, thank you. I know that they're the family of your neighbors would be so grateful to know that.
Yeah. And what else can we do? I see so many fun things online. People have great ideas, so I just steal theirs. But,
Yeah.
they're using sidewalk chalk and writing encouraging notes on the sidewalk or sending letters. So many online.
People are putting their Christmas lights back up.
I don't know
Did
if
you
I'm that
see
committed.
that?
I have seen that.
Oh,
And I will
as an activity. It's an activity, and it brings hope and light to the evenings. I thought that was the sweetest idea, and I love Christmas lights. So that was a
I'll
cool
come
thing.
drive around and look at the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if I can commit to putting them back up.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
But I thought it was a really cool idea.
I do
I don't
too.
even know where they were doing that. I just saw it on one of those,
Right.
online things.
If y'all know where some Christmas lights are, you let us know. We'll come drive by and see them.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think in dealing with the fear, that's been the big question. I think the first step in that is going back to what my husband asked me. What is it that you're most anxious about? Instead of just letting this emotion of fear just sort of encircle you, identify what it is that you are the most fearful about. And then sit that out on the table. Take it out and sit it on the table and look at it for what it is. Like for me, it was like a schedule and not being able to help my parents, maybe. Well, okay. Well, create a schedule.
Yeah.
Talk to your parents. We had the greatest, most fun chat over FaceTime, which we usually don't do. That made me feel better. Knowing that their neighbors were helping them made me feel better. And then, honestly, praying a lot. I fall asleep praying. I wake up praying. When in the back of my mind, I'm not singing, "Ay, Corona." I need to get that song. I'm praying that God will suck that song out of my head and stick praise and worship back in there like it used to play.
Oh, how about that song, Fear is a Liar?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I need to play that on repeat and get it stuck in there. But I think identifying the fear
Yeah.
and then sticking it out there and tackling it, handing it over to the Lord.
I do love that. And, seeing all the good stuff that is coming out of it, all the family time, all the, time you can spend outdoors, knowing your kids. Don't worry so much about them, tackling their studies. This is coming from a homeschool mom, of course. Don't worry about them meeting all these markers, because that'll all wash out at some point. But what the kids are going to remember the most is the time you had together and how that felt. And as a mom, you are the temperature of your house.
That's beautiful and so true. I did hear a psychologist talk about the way we respond to this is what our children will remember the most. Being calm, being prayerful. We spent some time praying last night, all four of us. I tried to get the popcorn prayer thing going, and my daughter wasn't too keen on that. Right away.
Okay, that was such a churchy thing to say.
I know, I'm
Popcorn
sorry.
prayer.
Popcorn prayer. Sorry. That means everybody takes a turn and says a little prayer, and she did not want to do that. She was really feeling the pressure. So maybe we'll ease into that. See, this is good prayer practice time for our family.
It is, and practicing out loud and allowing the kids to express their fears and not say don't worry about it,
Right.
because it kind of minimizes them feeling like what do you mean? I don't know. So just you can learn a lot through from your family, from what they're going through, from your husband, what he's thinking, and
Right.
vice versa.
It's true. One of the fun things that we're going to do, the kids don't know it yet, is I've ordered this puzzle that's from an artist. And you actually order them. I think it's jiggy.com, Jiggy Puzzles or something. Anyway, they only have like 5 to choose from, but artists have done them. And they send you the puzzle with the glue. And you actually do put it together for the purpose of gluing it together to hang in your home as art. And so I've ordered one of these puzzles. We're going to put it together and we're going to frame it. And it's going to be our Corona memory. We're all going to do it together and hang it in the house.
I love that.
Not that we're going to need like another reminder of Corona, because I'm pretty sure we'll all never forget it. But I just thought this would be something we could all work on together, sit around the table. I'm not going to force them to do it for an hour a day, but we all sit down for 15 minutes after dinner and chat while we're putting a puzzle together. And then we have an end product.
And that'll be the beauty that comes out of it.
There you go.
I do think we're going to see some amazing things happen
Yes.
in this world and, here in America, just because of what's happening. And this is a time to shine and to be the church that you needed, right? So me, Jaded Heart, thinks of all the time the church, and, it's easy to pinpoint that on a building because that's what we think about. But the church was not there for me when I needed them. So instead of holding on to that bitterness or thinking, well, the church isn't going to do X, Y, Z, go do it yourself.
I love that.
Go knock on your neighbor's door. Go write a little note. So when they come out for their walk, there's a note that says you're loved. I don't know.
We are the church.
Yeah.
People. Hands and feet.
Yeah. And, as Christians, I want people to remember you don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes you're going to say, well, why is God letting this happen? You're going to hear that and you feel like, I can't step out in this world saying I'm a Christian when chaos is happening. You bet you can.
Heck yeah, man. That's when we shine the most. If you think about it, there was this great image once. I can't remember where I read it. But if you take a candle and you stick it in a room where the lights are on, it doesn't really emit much light, right? But if you turn out the lights of that room, the candle, the tiny light of that candle will light up the entire room.
Yeah.
And that's what we are right now. We seem like not enough. Like, we don't have enough light. We can't do enough. But it's that one little tiny thing that doesn't seem like enough that can light up an entire life or a situation for somebody else. And if we could just change our perspective on that, I think sometimes I fall victim to that myself, that it's like, well, this is all I can do. It doesn't seem like enough. Well, yeah, it is, because something is always better than nothing.
Yeah, and I just keep thinking about our neighborhood and thinking there are a lot of elderly people that don't cook anymore. And so if we cook enough and we take some to-go containers around, just little things like that are going to make the difference in those people's lives for sure.
Absolutely. Even if it's just a baked treat every now and then, if they'll eat it from you.
Oh, yeah.
You could put a note that says, we have no symptoms in our house. We have Lysol the outside of this bag for you.
I was thinking that too, but if you get hungry enough.
Absolutely. I
So
know.
we want to hear about what y'all do. What are you doing to stay sane and stay safe and spread a little love? Give us your comments. Email us. Stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Just send us some ideas. We'll post them out there for everyone, or put them on, post them on our Instagrams for other people, so people have ideas about what they can do. Send us your inspirational stories of things that you've seen happen in your neighborhood, things that people are doing. I will tell you one thing. When Matt and I have been taking our evening walks, it is awesome to see all the families who would normally be traveling to soccer, at basketball games, at hockey games, whatever they do, out in the yard tossing the baseball around like the good old days.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool. So there is going to be some beautiful stuff. And you know what? Just remember that God is not surprised by this.
Yeah.
He is in control.
Mm-hmm.
He loves us more than we can ever imagine. And He's in the middle of this. And just focus on Him. Keep your eyes on the cross. Pray a lot. Hunker down.
Yeah, and don't hug, elbow bumps.
Yeah, lots of elbow bumps. That's right. All right. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.